Showtime! The Capital G show starts right now.
What's up YouTube, Capital G here, talking Primal Origins in this video, and I believe that Primal Origins comes out like next week, so I feel like this is relevant. I'm talking about a world premiere card here, but this is not a TCG exclusive. We already know about all of those. This is an exclusive to the Korean Yu-Gi-Oh game, and I didn't even know that that existed. But apparently it does, and this card is flat out incredible. It's called Elder God Noden. It's a level 4 water fairy type fusion monster. So wow, if you thought that the only incredible fusions that were going to be coming out were going to be in Shadows, I mean, prepare to be shocked, guys. It has 2,000 attack, 2,200 defense. Pretty solid stats there for a level 4 monster. And its summoning conditions or its requirements are 2 Synchro and or Exceed monsters. Its effect says when this card is special summoned, you can target one level 4 or lower monster in your graveyard. Special summon that target. Its effects are negated. When this card leaves the field, banish that target. Okay, so Noden is a very weird card to say the least. I say that because it's not often that we get something that's incredible yet not practical in the same exact card. I mean, you look at Noden's requirements, 2 Exceeds or 2 Synchros. Okay, well, good luck with that shit. I mean, in theory, that's pretty pricey as hell because it takes you 2 monsters to summon either an Exceed or to summon a Synchro. So if you're giving up 2 of those to summon 1 Noden, you're essentially giving up 4 monsters to put this guy on board. Fuck that. Ain't nobody got time for that shit. However, we all know that there are a bunch of ways to get around that requirement, and that's what makes this card, well, practically breathtaking. You know, the first and obvious is instant fusion, which is probably going to leave the play so derpy. I think instant fusion is going to get limited. Am I crazy? I honestly think that instant fusion might get hit because of Noden. Like it's really that powerful. I mean, all you have to do is activate instant fusion, go into Noden, and essentially you have a Wolf Bark, which is a card that's already limited. The difference being in this situation is you don't have any restrictions on level or type or attribute or any of that shit. You can just do whatever you want. And I'm sure some Infernity player out there somewhere is just, I mean, they're in need of a towel right now from all the drool coming out of their mouth as they think about the ridiculous and I want to even say retarded plays that are going to be allowed in their deck because of this card. The second way I see people putting Noden on board is with Miracle Synchro Fusion, which is probably a card that like a third of my audience has no idea what the fuck it does because, I mean, the card has been wildly irrelevant since, well, forever, I guess. Anyways, just look it up on DN or Google or whatever. All you really need is any combination of 2 Exceeds or 2 Synchros in your graveyard, and then, much like Instant Fusion, you have another 1-card Noden, which just creates incredible plays. And then the last card being, of course, Super Polymerization, which is a card that's probably going to come back into play as, you know, Heroes Unite comes out. And yes, I do understand that Super Poly is a neg 1, but you have to look at it this way. We have Soul Charge in the game, and people constantly activate that card, and most of the time they do. They make multiple Exceeds or multiple Synchros during that turn, or maybe even a combination of Synchros and Exceeds if you're playing against a deck like Mythic Rulers. Okay, well, now you have to do is flip over your Super Poly. They can't respond in any way to the card, and you can throw down a Noden and essentially clear their board. So we now have a generic card that people can run alongside a Super Poly for basically any deck. Well, until people stop running Synchros and Exceeds, and when the fuck do you see that happening? In fact, the new mechanic Pendulum, all that does is accelerate the amount of Exceeds and Synchros you can put on board, or at least the pace of which you can put them on board. So, you know, it's actually crazy because Noden's awkward summoning requirements actually make the card so good. It's like you can use it with, you know, Miracle Synchro Fusion, a card that hasn't been relevant forever. You know, Super Poly's already going to be good because of the new heroes coming out, and now it gets even better because now it can counter any card that your opponent puts on board. I mean, we all know Leo to be an incredibly difficult to get off board, or Susanoo when your opponent has things like Turtle in the graveyard. It can get rid of Draco Sack. Doesn't matter how many tokens your opponent has on board, those aren't going to protect it from Super Poly. It's also worth mentioning that, you know, it does make 2200 Abyss Dweller if you want to simply go into that. And if you've played against Mermail, you know that 2200 Dweller can be pretty fucking real. It also has really crazy plays in Mermail, which I might make a video demonstrating if you guys want that. And then lastly, you know, you can use it with tuners to go into synchro plays. The fact that it can get any level under 4, this card is flat out incredible. I would be flabbergasted. Like, I'd be shocked if when it came to the TCG, which we have no idea when that's going to be, if it didn't have some type of impact. But this is one of those cards, especially with heroes coming out and looking like they're going to be just really, really good. Like, imagine this card in Bubble Beat. I mean, we already knew Bubble Beat was going to be real, but now it's like this guy gets one of your heroes in addition to, you know, just using it as an instant fusion target. So, yeah, I'm pretty excited about this card. Let me know what you guys think. Thank you for watching, as always. Subscribing makes life happy.